We all know that Nintendo excels at family-friendly fun, but one of the common complaints on the internet is that they're just not hardcore enough. And today, I thought that that would be an interesting topic for a video. Hello everybody, Gabe from Switch Force here, and I am here to talk about if Nintendo is hardcore enough or not. Now, of course, that question is completely arbitrary, and I don't really think it means anything. Games are for everybody, every type of game is for everybody, but, you know, on the internet, there is conversation about this quite often. LABO is coming out this month, and that is very clearly skewed at a much younger audience, so I thought it'd be a good time to just talk about the topic. Now, if we look at year one of the Nintendo Switch, we had Breath of the Wild, we had Mario Odyssey, we had Fire Emblem, Splatoon 2, many games that are very, very family friendly, but I still consider to be hardcore. Of course, let me know if you think they're hardcore in the comments below, but beyond that, they did have third-party support that was like very, very, very hardcore. Year one of Switch gave us a bunch of first-party games that kind of fit the mold of what we're talking about here. Doom, LA Noire, Skyrim, just to name a few. Of course, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 also sold super well on Nintendo Switch, and I feel like for the most part, people were very happy with year one of third party and how they are performing on the platform. Of course, we also got FIFA, we got NBA 2K, we also got WWE. So Nintendo did a good job of making sure that so many of these core franchises were on Switch for year one. Now that we're well into year two, Q2 of year two is about to start, and we haven't seen quite as many. Of course, Bayonetta 1+2 came out, and that's a very hardcore game, and it's a game that I love quite a bit. That's out there now for people to purchase. Last month we got Kirby, clearly not a hardcore experience. LABO is coming, so people might be starting to worry a little bit about where core experiences are going to be coming. Of course, Dark Souls Remastered has been promised to us. We know that that's coming. Wolfenstein 2 is another one that comes to mind. Things like Valkyria Chronicles 4, Fire Emblem, and the promised Mario + Rabbids Donkey Kong Season Pass DLC is something I'm really looking forward to as well. Now, maybe you guys don't consider all of these games hardcore, but I do. And for the most part, I'm really happy with where things are going. Super Smash Bros. Is coming to Switch. Now, we don't know if it's a new game or it's a port, but it doesn't get too much more hardcore than that. That game is constantly at EVO. Some iteration of Smash is always at EVO, and I have no doubt in my mind that when Switch Smash comes out, it's going to be there as well. Of course, we have the E3 tournaments for both Splatoon 2 and Smash coming, and Splatoon 2 is a game that continues to see support from Nintendo. The Octo expansion is coming, and that's seriously one of my most anticipated experiences of the year now that I've been diving into Splatoon 2 in the proper way. I do hope that this year gives us, you know, Madden. That's one that I would really want, and I also think it's important to get some other big franchises on the platform. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, things like that come to mind. Even if they're not the newest version of the franchise, something would be a huge help. Modern Warfare 2 recently got announced as a remaster coming out that's campaign only. I think it's a big missed opportunity that that's not on Switch. I would definitely play on there, and it's unfortunate that it's not on there as far as we know. An Assassin's Creed game on Switch would also be great, and now clearly there's probably not going to be an Assassin's Creed game this year, but why not put out one of the old beloved ones, even the Ezio collection, which I know people are really fond of. Put that on Switch and see how many you can sell there, because Nintendo fans have maybe missed out on that for quite some time. So if third party is bringing us things like Wolfenstein this year, and Nintendo is bringing us things like Fire Emblem and Smash this year, I feel pretty safe in saying that Nintendo is trying to make a concerted effort to make sure that the Switch is hardcore. Of course, who knows what the heck that means? Maybe it's nothing, but seeing experiences that are both mature rated, in the case of Doom, is really good for the platform. We just saw Outlast and Outlast 2. Outlast 2 is not a game I like at all, but streaming it, maybe some people enjoyed that. Outlast 1 is a game that many more people like, and I haven't played quite yet, but even having horror games that are mature rated with such like crazy themes on the Nintendo platform is something that we haven't seen for quite some time. The Wii was very, very family friendly. The Wii U was a bit of a disappointment by all accounts, and now that Nintendo is back in people's good graces, it'll be interesting to see how they can keep the momentum going. Another thing that has come into play is indies. The Nintendo Switch is a great indie machine, probably the best one on the market now. Of course, Xbox and PlayStation both have a ton of the same indies, but the hybrid nature is what I'm talking about. Last year, things like Golf Story, SteamWorld Dig 2, etc. all really helped maintain the Switch's library and maybe fill in spots when there just wasn't as much coming out. Maybe things like Wargroove can kind of do the same this year. I'm still very eagerly anticipating a date for that. Stardew Valley multiplayer update has still been promised, and I'm assuming that's coming at some point, but that's something also people can look forward to. Now, of course, I am of the belief that all of this means nothing. Games are games, and everybody can enjoy anything, right? I know very young people that enjoy Dark Souls, and Dark Souls Remastered coming to Switch is going to be for everybody as well, but that is looked like as a more hardcore experience, and being able to take that on the go is really, really cool. I think that maybe at E3, Nintendo needs to focus on that a little bit. Bill Tritten did say that leading up to E3, some of the announcements are going to be made this month, and I think that that's a really good idea. Maybe get some of the third-party announcements out of the way so that you can focus during E3 on Smash and whatever else Nintendo has up their sleeves for first party. I do think that day and date is really important as well. Make sure that some of these franchises that do make their way to Switch are also coming to every other platform at the exact same time, because honestly, waiting months and months and months to play Wolfenstein 2 has not been easy, but I am doing it. I'm gonna play Wolfenstein 2 on Switch at this point. I've waited this long, but that is something that I hope gets fixed. But in summary, I do think that Nintendo Switch is actually pretty hardcore. Put aside the very family-friendly nature of LABO and Kirby and whatever recent releases, we had things like Bayonetta already come out this year, and hopefully throughout the year more and more will be announced. I do think that it is a hardcore platform, no matter the underpowered nature of it. And yes, who knows what Xbox and Sony are going to do this year. Maybe they announce new consoles at E3. We have no way of knowing. There's rumors of that out there. We're just not really sure. But the Switch is like the little hybrid that could. It doesn't have all the power, but it has a ton of attention, and it has a lot of support from indies right now, and third party does seem to get the ball rolling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below though. Do you think that Switch is hardcore enough? Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more Switch content, and maybe even hit that notification bell so that you are alerted whenever we upload a video. You guys are fantastic, and we appreciate you. Switch Force out.